Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.
Articles one by one in the upcoming slides. ISRO's space platform POEM 3 achieves all payload objectives to re-enter the Earth. So the news is related to the recent mission of the ISRO, that is the POEM 3, which is used to reuse the stage 4 of the PSLV. So this is what the news is about. Let's look into the further details of the news. First we will look into how the news has been related with examination. Under prelims, the news is related with general science. Similarly, under mains, it is related with awareness in the field of IT, space, computers, robotics, nanotech, biotech, and then issues relating to IPR, which comes under GS paper 3, science and technology. Okay, let's look into the further details of the news. So after achieving the objective of all the experiment on board, which the PSLV orbital experimental model, in short form it is called as POEM. It is based on the PSLV's rocket, and its operation capabilities is also based on the PSLV rocket only. Why? Because this payload or the module will be fitted with the stage 4 of the PSLV, as I said in the earlier slide. So why it is in news is so in the XPOSAT, which has been launched in the new year of this 2024, this rocket, the PSLV rocket fitted along with the POEM, has done its objective or done its work which it was intended to do. And why it has been fitted to repurpose the stage 4 of the PSLV is to reduce the space debris that has been increasing in the space area. So what are all the steps that has been taken apart from it to reduce the space debris in the space by the ISRO is lowering the orbit of the defunct satellites and also removing the excess fuel that has been present in the defunct or the last stages of the satellites. See, the orbit of the POEM 3, that is the third module of the POEM, that is PSLV orbital experimental module, was lowered. Its orbital area has been lowered from 650 km to 350 km. So by lowering it, we could able to bring the defunct satellites or the defunct parts of the satellites back to the atmosphere, so that it will have some friction with the atmosphere and then it will get burned in the atmosphere itself, rather than creating the debris in the outer space. So let's look into the POEM, that is the PSLV orbital experimental module in the detailed form. See, the POEM is it is fitted or attached to the fourth stage of the PSLV, as I have mentioned in the previous slide. See, the PSLV has 4 stages. So after carrying out its function, the first 3 stages will be jettisoned into the ocean. That is, it will return back into the ocean, and the 4th stage will remain in the space, and it will be surrounding the orbit in the form of junk. So to reduce the 4th stage menace of the PSLV, that is, in order to reduce the junk, the ISRO has introduced a repurpose usage of the 4th stage vehicle by fitting it with the POEM, that is the experimental module. So this 4th stage, after completing its mission, will be repurposed or used for other specific scientific experiment, so by lowering its orbit from certain distance to certain distance. For in the case of POEM 3, it has been lowered from 650 km to the 350 km. So why it has been lowered is, as I said, by lowering the orbital level, this 4th stage, after its repurposing function, also after doing its function, after some period of time, it will have enough friction with the atmosphere to get burned itself and then vanish in the atmosphere itself. And this POEM module is being empowered by solar panel powered by the solar panel, and it is fitted with its own navigation, guidance and then control system. So based on which only the 4th stage will be revolving around the orbit. So this is what the POEM module orbit is about. So what are all the things which we needed to be further aware of is, we should be aware of the recently launched Chandrayaan 3 and then the recently launched INSAT series of rockets and then the GSLV rocket. So we have seen PSLV. We should also look into what does this GSLV rocket is about. So these are all the other areas which we needed to be further aware of. And with this, we have